Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Samson back again with another YouTube video. Today, I'm doing something a bit different. Today we're going to be talking about the Black Panther movie. We just came out, I think, about a week ago. And man, all I can say is, first of all, if you've not seen this movie, you need to go see it. It is amazing. It is like, whew, it's fine. This is basically going to be my opinion on what I think this movie is, and the things that I think worked really well, and things that I thought didn't really work as well. But you know, bear with me. Let's carry along. Right. One of the things that I thought really worked well for this movie was the characters. I mean, the characters that I see in this movie were just so very rich, very interesting. Each of them had their individual role to play that actually mattered in the movie. And I have to say that if I were to pick a favorite, I think there are two like specific character types that I think were my favorite in these movies. Now in terms of characters, I don't mean like specific people. I'll get to the specifics, but in terms of groups of people, the first ones are the Dora Milaje, who are these female warriors who basically serve as the king's guard. So wherever the king goes, they go. No matter where he's going, no matter what journey he's taking, they go there. The palace guard to stand beside him, and they basically just look amazing. Their costume, first of all, is I don't know who the costume designer was. I'll have to check that out. They don't seem like, they don't wear this very heavy armor type kind of thing. Their costumes just look very simple, very slim, very flexible for them. But trust me, you do not want to mess with these guys. They look so badass. And then, oh man, what else do I even have to say about them? Yeah, and just the way that they acted, like they just seemed like these very strict, very no nonsense type of warriors. You know, like basically if you mess with them, well, your life is over, pretty much. But yeah, so the Dora Milaje, first group of characters that I like. The second group is I think they're called the Border Tribe. These are basically like, I mean, the name kind of speaks for itself. The group of people who protect the border of Wakanda. I think the law behind them is that they're like supposed to appear as farmers. So they're like a very simple set of people, but then when it comes to actual fighting, they just rip people apart. Like they literally just, they don't care. They'll take you down. And for God's sakes, like, oh, I'm going to try my best not to spoil this movie for you guys, but don't worry, when you watch it, you'll see. The leader of this tribe, I believe, is a guy from Get Out. I think his name is Daniel Kaluuya. I think that's how his name is pronounced. Hopefully, I'm not butchering it. But yeah, it's him. I mean, all through the movie, you see many different characters that are just amazing. What's his name? Chadwick Boseman obviously plays a very good role as being T'Challa, being the Black Panther. I think the best way to explain it is that he sort of earned his name as the Black Panther as the movie progresses, which I think was an intentional move by the director, because obviously he starts off as this person who is newly crowned king, but he doesn't know how to handle this responsibility. And you see him grow throughout the movie to become this guy who you're like, actually, you know what? Yeah, you're the G. Like you can be the Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just think he did a very good job. Michael B. Jordan as the sort of, I wouldn't really call him a villain. Many people have called him like an anti-hero. I don't really know what to call him, but I wouldn't even call him the sort of bad guy. He does a really good job as being Killmonger as well. I'm not going to spoil anything that happens there for you guys. And then you see the guy that acts as Ulysses Claw. Now, the tiny thing that I found odd about Ulysses Claw is they didn't give him much screen time. I won't tell you what happened, but they just didn't give him much screen time. The second thing, oh wait, hold on. Zoom out. There we go. The second thing that I liked about this movie was the storytelling. Now, I think I'm the sort of person that is very interested in what the movie is about, what the movie has to say, whether it be an action movie, a fantasy, sci-fi, whatever kind of movie you are. Your story needs to be solid. And I think for this being sort of the first installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe of the Black Panther, being able to actually tell us a lot about Wakanda and its different facets and the different things that make it sort of tick. In that sort of like, in a 2-hour movie, I know, yeah, 2 hours sounds like a lot, but when you have to build your characters, when you have to build the scene, when you have to like build so many things up, I think that they did a really good job in sort of carrying you along and making you care about everything that sort of goes on in Wakanda. So I think the storytelling was phenomenal. I think it was great. The third thing that I think worked really well was the costumes. Now I just loved all their costumes because it was just man. Especially Chadwick Boseman's. Now, I mean, I keep calling him I keep calling him Chadwick Boseman. He's not Chadwick Boseman. It's Chadwick Boseman. That's how his name is actually pronounced. But yeah, especially his attires that he had to wear throughout the entire movie, I thought was very clean and very sleek, because a lot of them that he wears in the movie, actually you can actually find them in places like Nigeria, which is where I'm from. It works really nicely, and everything is really color rich, it's really vibrant for the kind of movie that it is. Like, it wasn't purely action, it wasn't purely like kind of a drama sort of thing, it wasn't all just sci-fi, but it was a mix of like everything all together. And so the colors and the costume choices and the entire palette just seemed really sweet and seemed to work really well, and I'm absolutely pleased with it, to be honest. And now we come down to the things that I didn't like about the movie, and there are quite a few. Some of them are a bit personal, and you might go to this movie and you completely disagree with me, which is fine, that's cool. One of the things that I didn't really like, or not that I didn't really like it, but I thought they could definitely do better, was the CGI. Like, you could tell when something looked a bit off. If you're just kind of a casual moviegoer, you might not be able to tell, and which is fine. Then it worked perfectly. It just seemed a bit off. I definitely thought they could do better. Not that this was terrible. I'm not saying the CGI was terrible. I'm saying they could have done a bit better. Right. The second one is their accents. Now, I'm from Nigeria. I've been raised my whole life in Nigeria. I've just been in the UK for about 4 years doing university, and when I heard them speak and the way they were talking, I could sort of tell the difference between an accent that is not really being made up, but it's acting, and I'm not saying they did a bad job, but I could just tell the difference having lived all my life in Nigeria. I was like, like, I can tell you're acting. But then I'm pretty sure no one else could, or no one else who wasn't maybe from Nigeria. I don't know, I might be, talking nonsense for all I care, but it just seemed, it's something that I think bothered me a little bit. Third thing that I didn't like was, it had action, it had bits of action in it, but I don't think it had enough. I think they could have done a lot more in terms of like how much action they had to bring to the table. But then I guess that is sort of like a testament to the kind of hero that T'Challa is. He's not a brawler type of person. Now, that doesn't mean that he can't throw down, that doesn't mean he can't take people out, because time and time again, and you see it if you read places where he's appeared in the comics, or even if you read the Black Panther comics themselves, he can actually fight. He can take people down. He knows his martial arts. He can fight. But he just didn't come across like that in the movie, which I felt was a bit, I was like, come on guys, like, give this guy a bit more. But they could be another Black Panther installment, and he could do like way better, and he could just, absolutely like, you know what I mean? But it just didn't seem like there was enough action or enough fighting for me in this movie. And yeah, the final thing that I didn't like is the villain time. Like, I don't know. Is it a weird thing to want the villains to actually have more time, like, on the screen? Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me. But it just seemed like the villains might have been, apart from maybe Killmonger himself, like, the other people in the movies who weren't the good guys didn't seem like they had enough build up to them, or enough, like, fleshing out. And again, that could just owe to the fact that this is the first Black Panther movie, and they might have intentions of making more. And if they do, then I know definitely there's going to be a lot more investment into bringing to light these characters and who they are, where they come from, their intentions, things like that. Or they might just have not been useful to the movie and the entire storytelling, and they decided to get rid of them, which is cool. Like, I'm just saying, based on this movie itself, this one movie, I would have loved there to be a lot more villain time, Anyway guys, this is my my impressions of the Black Panther movie. Now, again, I will tell you, if you've managed to watch this part of the video, you need to go see this movie. It is a very, very good movie. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Boom. Why are you guys still here? What are you waiting for? Oh, I see. I know the question that's on your mind. You're trying to know if this is going to be an actual series and if this is going to continue, right? Well, stay tuned. Jesus Christ, that was too creepy. Just stop that. Yes, there will be more of this, and to be fair, like, part of it depends on if you guys like it, and also if I like the movies that I go to see. And if I do, then be rest assured that you'll see more movie reviews. Peace.